evening, church. My name is Felix Gift Anatie, and this is The Power of Imagination by Steve Harvey. I'm here to tell you something that I know will help enrich your life, because this is a serious sign that God isn't done with you yet. Because He wakes you up in the morning, but when He's done, you won't wake up anymore. But as long as He keeps waking you up in the morning, it definitely means He has something for you that He hasn't been able to give you for whatever reason. I'm gonna help you get to that reason. I'm here to tell you something that I know will change your life. Albert Einstein said, and I quote, "Imagination is everything. It's the preview of life's coming attraction." And then if you think about it, it's a really true statement, because you see, everything in this world came from somebody's imagination. Everything. Somebody was talking on the phone one day, a worldwide phone, and the phone was connected to a cord, and he couldn't go any further. And he wanted to get something out of the car. And he said, "You know what? I wish I could take this phone outside." And today, we all got cell phones. It was in somebody's imagination. Somebody imagined it. Somebody got tired of walking. Somebody got tired of driving cars. Somebody said, "We're gonna fly." And today we got aircrafts. It was also in somebody's imagination. Somebody imagined it. You see, when we imagine stuff, it's actually our evidence of things not seen. When you imagine things, it's the evidence of things you've not seen. So all the stuffs you've been imagining are not some hocus pocus. When you imagine things, it's actually God showing you a preview of a coming attraction He has for you. That's what your imagination is. Why do you keep imagining yourself in a supervisory capacity of another job? That's because that's what God got for you. Why do you keep dreaming of opening a business one day? That's because God really wants you to have it. But the problem with our imagination, though, is that we tell it to the wrong people. You see, if you want to kill a big dream, then tell it to a small-minded person. Think about this in your life. How many times have you had this really incredible idea and you told it to your friends and family and they shut it down? You know why they shut it down? Because it was your evidence of things not seen. It was in your imagination and God had put it there. So all the stuffs we've been imagining, we ought to start working on them, because God really wants that for us. You see, your real life is in your imagination. I'm here to tell you that. Steve Harvey, when he was 10, he said God showed him he was going to be on TV. In his 6th grade, he was given an assignment. His teacher told everybody to write their names on a piece of paper and what they wanted to be. But the problem he had, though, was that he suffered from a really serious stuttering stammer. And then on his own piece of paper, he wrote he wanted to be on TV. But remember, he suffered from a really serious stuttering problem. In his 3rd marriage, he lost everything he ever owned twice. He was homeless and lived in a car for 3 years. He suffered through flunking out of school. But at then, though, he wrote he wanted to be on TV. So his teacher read everybody's paper and had them stand up when the names were called. Some wrote they wanted to be doctors, some they wanted to be lawyers, dentists, football players, basketball players. But he wrote he wanted to be on TV. She saved him the last. She told him to come to the front, and he was thinking he was going to the front because he had got the best answer, because nobody has put that on their paper. She said, "Little Steve, come to the front." And he was thinking he was going to the front because he was fixing to get a gold star. But he was wrong. He was definitely wrong. She called him to the front to humiliate him. First of all, remember, he suffered from a really serious stuttering problem, and she laid it on him. She said, "Why did you write this on your paper?" And he was like, I. Who in the school has ever been on TV? I. Who in your family has ever been on TV? I. Who in this neighborhood has ever been on TV? And then she said, Look at you standing here. You can't even talk. How are they gonna put somebody like you on TV? And so every Christmas, he sent her a flat screen TV because he don't want her to miss his episodes on TV. He don't want her to miss seeing him on TV. He wanted her to see what God has done for him. The fact that she couldn't see it, it wasn't for her to see because God had put it in his imagination and not hers. But after 3 years of homelessness, after losing everything he ever owned twice, suffered through flunking out of school, go home and put on your TV. That little boy with a stuttering stammer, he's all over that TV because God put it in his imagination. And all he did was to hang on to that thought. He kept hoping and believing that one day what he wrote on that piece of paper would come true. He had lots of times it wasn't about no faith. He didn't believe it sometimes. When he was homeless and living in a car, he didn't believe that he would become a TV star one day. But he kept hoping, he kept believing, he kept trusting in God that what he wrote on that piece of paper will come true. Because his mom's Sunday school teacher always say, God didn't bring you this far to leave you. The fact that he keeps waking you up every morning, it definitely means he got something for you. He has more for you. But all he needs is your faith. He needs you to call unto him. Let's take for instance, we're all gathered this evening to celebrate PGC's 3 years anniversary. That is because 3 years ago, God put it in somebody's imagination. And by faith, our dearest Pastor Mark Miracle, my own father, my own coach, my mentor, ran with that imagination that God has put in his head. Quit waking up thinking you don't have a say in your life, because you definitely do. God wants you to dust off your imagination and just go for it. You have to try. You have to give it all you think. Because you see, you can't stop what happened to you, but you can actually do something about what has happened to you. Because life is 10% what happened to you and 90% what you do about it. Trust me, go and ask God to open your imagination and pursue it with all you got, and you see what he'll do for you. Happy 3 years anniversary to PGC. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all.